Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another SciComm chat with Nzigi. Yep, my name is Nzigi, and you know what we do? It's a Wednesday, it's 6:30, and we chat to another scientist. We chat to another science communicator, and we just get to know more about their journey, their research, the challenges they face as science communicators, and most importantly, why do they do it? We want to know why they do it. So today, we have another super scientist. I think I'm really enjoying having chats with super scientists. Like before you know it, I would have interviewed all the super scientists, but it's really, really fun. And today we are interviewing Cosmic Dawn. He said from now on we must call him Cosmic Dawn. So that's who we call him. We have Mpho, who's a PhD candidate in computational astrophysics at Wits University, and we're going to get started with the conversation and not waste much time. Remember, use that comment section and engage with us. Use that, that speech bubble with a question mark to ask questions there. And yeah, let's have fun. So we're just waiting for Mpho to join, and then we'll get this conversation started. Hi.
Hi. Hey.
Good evening.
Hi, how are you?
I'm okay, thank you. And how are you?
I'm good. Just set up my lighting. It's not the best right now, but yeah, I think we'll do.
It works. It works. Like the fact that we can see you, I think it's fine.
Okay.
It's okay.
Yeah, I think
We understand. It's not like it's a huge production,
Yeah.
Yeah, so I understand.
I think it has like a little bit of dramatic effects. I don't know. It's just me. Looks cool.
Yeah, it does. It does. Definitely.
Yeah.
Anyway, Mpho, thank you so much for agreeing to do this. I'm really looking forward to this chat, and getting to know you, getting to know what you do and your work and stuff like that. I feel like it's going to be a fun chat.
Yeah. I am very excited to be here. Yeah, I've been watching these lives and yeah, I think I couldn't wait to also be part of this conversation as well.
Good, good,
Yeah.
good. So, obviously, for people who do not know you, tell us a little bit about yourself, Mpho.
Okay. So my name is Mpho, from Joburg in the east of Joburg. Um, I hail at a township called Whiteville in Benoni, and yeah, I am a science geek and a tech geek, just practically a geek, and I love space, I love physics, and that's why I studied physics undergrad in astrophysics uh, at Wits University, and yeah, I also did my master's there, same field, astronomy and astrophysics. I studied dark matter, the influence that dark matter has in the early universe, and yeah, I'm still continuing with that project right now during my PhD. Yep, that's basically me.
Amazing. That's so cool. So,
Yeah.
do you see yourself going to space one day?
No. I think I don't want to die. I think space is like really, really scary.
So, let me
Yeah.
understand. You studying something you don't want to go and actually see live.
No. No way. Like imagine being in space and there's so much emptiness and darkness. It's just anything can kill you. It's very scary. Yeah, yeah. I think I prefer watching other people go there, just not me. So, yeah.
So, you just want to like just do the theory and then, yeah, and just
Yeah,
contribute to the field theoretically where you are on the ground. And that's it.
that's
You're not
essentially
about to
me.
go and levitate.
That's essentially who I am. I'm all about the theory, all about the calculations and stuff. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay. So tell us a little bit about your research. But now here's the challenge. You have to tell us so that we can understand. And you must know we don't do astrophysics. So tell us a little bit about your research.
Yes, that's a very interesting question. So my research is about this mysterious matter content in the universe that is unseen or cannot be seen by light. So we as astrophysicists and astronomers, we are, like we use light and we depend on light for everything. That's why we're able to see the stars and the universe from its early age until now. However, we've noticed that all the stars, the planets, the galaxies, and everything that we can see with the naked eye constitutes about 25% of the total matter content in the universe. So the other 75% cannot be seen. Dark matter is this mysterious force or matter that cannot be seen, and it is everywhere. That's the most important thing. Right now, as I'm speaking to you, there's probably dark matter passing right through us. And yeah, it's scary that, like there's this subatomic particles that we cannot see or interact with in any way nor form. And the only way we know it exists is through gravitational effects. So we can see its influence that it has on galaxies and clusters of galaxies and so forth. And yeah, and my goal is to try to uncover what that is, like what is this mysterious force that seemingly controls how space and how planets, how galaxies move, you know. It's so powerful, it's so big, it's so mysterious. And yeah, my job is to find out what it is. And so I chose a particular time in the universe to look at it, So we as astronomers or astrophysicists, we're sort of like time travelers in the sense that, we can see in the past what happened. So all the light, all the galaxies and stars that you see outside at night, those it took light those many years for it to pass by and reach our eyes. So in a way, we're looking at the universe the way it was back in the past rather than how it is right now. And so this gives us an advantage in such a way that we can probe and look at the universe, how it began and how it is right now. So yeah,
Sounds
I
pretty
hope I
cool.
hope you understood.
I like the
I hope
time
you
traveling part.
Yes, we are virtual time travelers, So yeah, that's
Yeah,
it's very
that's
interesting.
pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So tell me how a young boy from Whiteville um dreams and goes to university to study astrophysics. Okay. How
Mm,
does that
mm.
happen? Where did that inspiration come from?
Um, yeah, it's I don't know. I always think it's something that I was born with. Some people are born with particular set of skills or gifts, and I don't know, it's just like I cannot explain it, but ever since I was young, I've always been drawn by the night sky, this twinkling stars at the night. And I don't know what it is, but I've just been drawn to them ever since I can remember. And yeah, as I grow up, I've always been fascinated by these things, what they are, and um, what makes them shine, and those type of things. And so as I grew up, reading a lot of books, a lot of comic books. So yeah, I got fascinated more and more when I found out, like some characters in the fictional books that I read can travel through space and you can, harness the energy of stars and those type of things. And I was hooked. I was like, I need to know. I need to be a superhero myself, which, kind of am right
Mm.
now, and do those type of things and harness the universe, the power and the energy of the sun or stuff like that. So yeah, I've always been I think it's inherent, like just basically that's what I'm trying to say. It's an inherent thing whereby, yeah, I've just been drawn to it and I've been lucky enough whereby I have been able to have a support system. My family, that decided to let me pursue those dreams, and that's why I'm here now. Yeah,
Amazing. Amazing.
yeah,
Speaking of superheroes, you are a
yes,
super scientist, cosmic
I am
dawn.
Cosmic Dawn.
Yes, tell
Yes,
us a little
yes,
bit about Cosmic Dawn.
yes. Cosmic Dawn has been a character I've been dreaming about for many, many years. Um, and I think, credit to the super scientists and Clyde, especially for the amazing drawing and figure. He just created something like that was beyond my imagination. Like the way the character looks. Like I never thought like Cosmic Dawn would appear like that, but it's really amazing. It's just something I've always dreamed of, as I said right now. Growing up reading a lot of comic books and stuff like that, and just being part of that, now being symbolized and depicted as a superhero myself, mind blowing. It's like a dream come true, but like not a dream that I thought I could achieve. I always thought I could achieve being an astrophysicist, but not being a
Yeah.
superhero. And
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So yeah,
It's
I'm
here.
here
You're
now.
Cosmic Dawn and it's
I'm
real.
co- I'm Cosmic Dawn. And it's honestly really surreal. I've shirts and I get to wear Cosmic Dawn t-shirts, and I'm like, this is me. I usually wear Spider-Man t-shirts and stuff, and now I get to wear Cosmic Dawn t-shirts. So yeah, shout out to the super scientists and Clyde, and yeah, so grateful for them.
Wow. I mean, what does that mean to you? Like you just said that, you always wore Superman or Spider-Man or those kind of superheroes, but now you're
Yeah.
wearing Cosmic Dawn. Like that is representation at its best. Why do you
Yeah.
feel representation is so, so important?
Um, growing up in a township like mine, there's not a lot of exposure to certain things. Like it's always been where, due to historical reasons, but we've been limited by what we can see and how far we can go. And I think part of me is I have this like stubbornness nature whereby, I always say when I put my mind into something, I'll get there. It doesn't matter how far or how hard it is, I'll get there. And yeah, for me as a Cosmic Dawn, a character, a black character and a disabled character, you know, it means so much because like not a lot of people, black people in South Africa, especially disabled people, get to be represented in these kind of spaces. And
Yeah, it's
you know,
superheroes. That's
yeah, and Cosmic Dawn being a black astrophysicist with amazing superpowers, by the way. Um, I think he has the potential to reach and touch many hearts, and I think that's what it means to me. It's all about reaching or enriching the next gen, the next generation of kids, and especially black township kids, black disabled township kids, to reach for their goals, reach for the stars, and yeah, to know that their dreams are valid, they always will be. And despite how hard it gets, there's superheroes, out there that have proven that it's possible. So yeah,
wow, that's so amazing. That's so amazing. And I always say that you can't be who you don't see. It's
yeah,
very
yeah,
hard to be who you don't see. And the fact that you are now there means that there are now kids who can see you and say, you know what, I want to be just like that because they can finally see that. So thank you, for
yeah,
putting yourself
yeah,
out there and saying, you know what, I want to be, because when you were growing up, you didn't have that person to see, but you're like,
yeah.
I'm gonna be the person they see. And
Yes,
absolutely commendable. It's really, really beautiful. You know, something else is you're a YouTuber.
I am. I am. Yes.
So you're not just a superhero,
um,
you're a YouTuber too.
yeah, I try my best to be, you know, I think, I think it comes down to, I think everything has a central theme, and that theme is, it's always about the next gen, um, and to, I always want to pass the torch to the next generation. So I feel like, this whole thing is not about me. It's beyond that. It's much more than me, and I want my voice to be heard. And, I feel like if I can reach out to as many people as I can in whichever platform that I can have access to, then I will. Certainly, I'll truly, like just go for it. And this YouTube thing, it's just me putting myself out there and showing that, I exist. And yeah, people need to know that, there's an astrophysicist and he's a cosmic dawn, and yeah, he's you, he's me, he's not
Hmm.
something special or something. As you said, I grew up without having any image of what an astrophysicist looked like, but I know I wanted to be one, just seeing a lot of superhero movies or fictional stories like that, and I knew I wanted to be that, but never met a real life astrophysicist or scientist or anything like that. And yeah, I thought like this would be an opportune moment for me to just reach and spread my voice and talk to millions of people if they're watching. So yeah,
Mm.
that's what it's all
Yeah,
about. There's a central theme here. That's
yeah,
yeah.
no, that's beautiful. And with your YouTube, I see you do a lot of day in the life. Why did you
Hmm.
decide to do that format of like a day in the life instead of maybe just sitting down and speaking about astrophysics and the different parts about
Yeah.
astrophysics? Why were you like, I'm gonna do a day in the
Yeah.
life?
Um, I think I want to uncover all the misconceptions that people have about what an astrophysicist is, or yeah, because I don't know, some people may, I don't know, they think like I do magical things in the world, or something, but it's just to expose a further exposure of what you're getting yourself into if you ever decide to be an astrophysicist. It's nothing just because of the name, it's nothing to be afraid of. You get to show yourself and uncover yourself and your profession. And I think the days in the life are very cool for me because I get to do that. I get to show the audience who I am, just from like Mpho as a person, but Mpho as an astrophysicist as well. And I can kill two birds with one stone at that with those type of videos. And I like the creative side of it as well, just shooting and angles and those type of things. So yeah, I try to be a creative on the side, So yeah, I think it
Who
gives
does
me
the
a lot of
editing?
exposure. It's
Who
me. I
does the
do the
editing?
shooting. I do the editing. It's me.
Amazing. That's
Yeah,
so like, I
yeah,
really like that because I feel like it's very important to humanize scientists. I know it sounds
yeah,
weird, but like I feel like we just need to humanize them and show that they are more than
yeah,
just the lab that they're in. They're more than just the numbers they study or whatever
yep,
scientists they are, be it an
yep,
astrophysicist or whatever, they're more than just that. There's so much
yep,
more, and there's room for you to be more, whether it's being a creative or a producer or whatever. You can be more than
yeah,
just I'm a scientist.
yeah. I mean, it's all about personality. I think, as you said, you have an image of what a scientist looks like, just sitting in the lab and doing work and going home. I don't know, but like we have personality. We like certain things. And I think the latest day in my life, I did show myself and my friends going to the movies and watching, movies and stuff. You know, so as you said, this is the human aspect of a scientist, and it's very important. So to destigmatize, what a scientist is, and what it's not. So yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
You are also you're doing a lot, which is really great. You're also the
Yes.
co-founder of the Wits Astronomy Club.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Tell us a
The
little
Wits
bit about
Astronomy
that.
Club.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my baby. I'm very proud of it. Together with my, you know, dear friends that we started the club with. So what happened was, in 2014, when I started my undergrad, we were the first cohort of students to do astronomy and astrophysics in Wits. So we noticed that, although there was astronomy, but it was only on a postgraduate level. So we were the first kids to like actually study astronomy from first year. So, and we noticed that there's a lack of, awareness about astronomy. And we know like it's amazing. It's such an amazing field. And a lot of people, deserve to be exposed about the wonders of the universe. So we decided, you know what, how about we sit down and we just create a club where we can invite people, maybe people want to join the club. And yeah, that's what we do. It's just a science outreach program where we talk about planets and stars and star signs, even though, I don't like that, but, talk about star
Yeah.
signs and how it affects, everything. But yeah, I think my favorite part about it is um, the stargazing part, the stargazing where we take out telescopes and we, just look at the stars, possibly the moon and the planets. And people, like most of the time, people don't believe what they see. I don't know, like people have never seen a planet with their own eyes, and you get to see maybe Jupiter, and people, really freak out, and it's amazing. And a lot of people do. It's funny because a lot of people do have, a passion for astronomy or space itself, but they never had the channel to access or to go through that path. And the astronomy club is a pathway to that, whereby we show people like, here it is, like you wanted to sit down with astronomy people and talk about space and the universe. We're here. Let's talk. Let's have lunch, let's look at the stars and talk about it. And we get to teach a lot of people. And yeah, through that, we've drawn a lot of attention from especially little children, at the planetarium. They love it. So yeah, when the planetarium was functional before COVID, we used to have a lot of kids, and kids love astronomy. They love space, and yeah, it's just beautiful, seeing little children just be in awe and in wonder. But again, it's part of the science outreach program, and again, the central theme of harnessing the next gen. You know,
Yeah.
so yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just thinking that you mentioned, that with your work, you look at how the planet was or how the world was before we see it right now. So
Yeah.
here's a trick question. Why is your work so important?
That's a very important question to ask. Um, that's a very important question to ask. I think um, everything has a beginning and everything has an end, you know? And our world, the earth didn't just start as, in isolation. It's part of the universe. We are part of the universe. We were created from stardust, from stars exploding and creating new nutrients and elements to create this earth that we live in that has water and stuff like that. So I think it's very important to understand three important questions about life. Where do we come from? Why are we here? And where are we going? And I think cosmology or astronomy itself is the only, I think, discipline that can answer those questions. where do you come from? Now you have to explore what I told you about the Big Bang and understanding the the way the world or the universe is or was back in the day, so that we can understand where it's gonna be in the future and where we stand as a species in terms of survival and in terms of like the risks that we and the time that we have remaining, so that we can at least look forward to the next step of evolution, whether we migrate to another planet or stuff like that. So yeah, I think, that's why I think the most important question that, any human can ask can be answered by astronomy. And besides that, I think, astronomy or physics in general has the ability to transform the world. Uh, in that way, I mean, almost all the technological advances came from studying physics, and yeah, indirectly so we have transformed the world. Right now, the next frontier is quantum computing, and you need the basics of quantum mechanics from physics to understand quantum computing, and stuff like that. Technology itself, the world itself has evolved because of scientists like us. So yeah, that's why it's so important to study physics.
There's one question you asked yourself, or you said three questions that can be answered, but you didn't answer it. So why are we here?
Yes, that's still trying to find out what that question. Honestly, that's why we're still doing research. Like yeah, we're still trying to find out why are we here. That is a very good question. So yeah,
Mm.
I'll answer that in the future, not now. Yeah.
So we must come back to you in, let's say, what,
Yes,
20 years, 30 years?
20 years time, 20 years time probably.
Okay.
But yeah,
We'll hold you to
yeah.
it. In 20 years, we're going to come back and ask and be like, Mpho, why are we here?
Why are we here? Where
Why
are we
are we
going?
here?
I think that's the most important question. Yeah, where are we going?
Mm.
So yeah, I don't know. We'll see though. But hopefully, the SKA in South Africa is going to be built soon, and we'll be able to answer a lot of questions, a lot, regarding the history of the universe and stuff like that.
Okay, so don't worry, you'll come back. 20 years. Where are we going? Why are we here? Those are the two questions. Oh, yeah,
Yes,
and
20 years
where
time.
we come from. That should be
Where do
another,
we come
that
from?
probably be another debate.
Yeah, yeah. Where do we come from? That's yeah. We have to answer that as well. We'll figure it out.
Yeah,
Give me
because
give
the
me
big
20
thing
years
is
time.
just one theory, isn't it?
Yes, yes. There's one central theory that we think is viable. Um, but yeah, we'll go into that another time.
Yeah, we need like another 30 minutes just to talk about
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure.
that. Okay, so you obviously do a lot of science communication with your work. What have been some of the biggest challenges you've found?
Um, it's just that's a very good question. I think one of the biggest challenges about science communication is engagement, how do you engage with the audience and how do you keep them interested in whatever you're saying and how do you let them know about the importance of whatever you're talking about? So yeah, I think as 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 a communicator, that's something you think about initially. You're like, okay, um, here's the audience which knows nothing about what I'm talking about. How do I keep them entertained, engaged, and informed? And that's I think it's the biggest challenge. But there's a lot of you know you can get around that in a lot of ways. One of them, as I said, is just to be practical about things. A lot of maybe children, for instance, they learn through seeing. So you perform experiments, just simple experiments. Um, maybe there's a simple experiments that we like, where we, if it's during the day, we do the sunspots experiments where we show the sun on a piece of paper and you can point out the sunspots and stuff like that. Yeah, and it's very interesting. So yeah, I think those are the most important aspects of it. Just keep people entertained and engaged and informed all at once. And also you need to be a very good communicator, which is something I keep working on and try to improve all the time. Yeah.
Okay, so this is the last question. Time has flown. We almost
Yeah.
done. So I
Yeah.
need you to complete the following sentence, okay? I am a science communicator because.
I'm a science communicator because of the need of the science to be accessible, I think. Yeah, because of accessibility, I think more importantly, there's a huge need for science to be accessible to a lot of audience, to understand the significance of it. I think right now, there's a lot of, I think one of the biggest examples about accessibility of science comes from what we're facing right now in a global pandemic, where there's a lot of people that are hesitant about vaccines and stuff like that. And I think the biggest problem is just because of the lack of explanation and the lack of access of those explanations, I think. So, yeah, that's why I'm a science communicator, to make science accessible. That's
That's it. To
that's
make
it.
it accessible. I think that's really
Yep.
beautiful because bridging the gap is important, because for the longest time it's always been society, scientists, and they are just at
Yeah.
two different places, and there's no bridge, and
Yeah.
it's always like scientists just talking and talking and talking, and society must just listen. But
Yeah.
when you talk about accessibility, it's about let's all come together
Yeah.
and be able to
Fully.
have conversations about the science that sometimes seems quite foreign in other instances. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Exactly.
Mm.
That's why there's a deconstruction of science, as a mission for South Africans, to make it accessible, to make it, communicatable with other languages, indigenous languages, very important. So I also try to work on that. So yeah, it's our job as scientists to keep that going, to make science accessible, and yeah, to not just scientists but society as a whole. And you raising a very important point, that science stands in isolation from the rest, whereas it doesn't. All these type of fields, they need to combine to make society better. And yeah,
Wow. Wow.
that's all.
Okay. Our time is up. Can't believe it.
Our time is up.
I could really chat
Yeah,
with you. I could
that's
go
okay.
on and just have a chat with you. Can you believe it's over already?
I know. It's just so short. I know. Yeah.
It
Next
was
time.
30 minutes, so it's not even that short. But when the conversation is flowing, it seems really, really
Yeah.
short. So Mpho,
Yeah.
thank you
Unfortunately.
so much. Or should you say Cosmic Dawn? Thank you so much for
Cosmic
joining
Dawn.
us. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you so much
Yeah.
for joining us. This chat was
No
absolutely
problem.
amazing. And yeah, we wish you all the best
Really.
with your PhD. And we look forward to calling you doctor soon. I think that'll be very exciting.
Yes.
Yeah, and
It's
keep
always been a
studying. And
dream of mine.
20 years, we are coming for you. We got to know. We have
Yes.
to know.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Can't wait. That's my goal for the next 20 years, to find out why we're here and where we're going. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'll let you know that.
Amazing. Thank you so much to everybody for watching as well. I think this was great.
Cool.
And yeah, have a fantastic evening.
Yeah, you too. Thanks everyone
All
for
right.
watching. Bye.
Bye.